There is a quiet, unspoken assumption most of us carry that I am in here, looking out at the world out there, that I am a small observer, placed at the center of my body, trying to make sense of an external universe that is vast, mysterious, and separate. This is the myth of isolation. It is deeply embedded in our language, our culture, and even our religions. We say, "I was born," as though the universe had nothing to do with it. We say, "I am going to die," as if existence itself will simply continue, untouched by the departure of this singular individual. But what if this I we protect so fiercely is not what we think it is? Alan Watts once said, "You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself. A window, not a self-contained machine, not a ghost in a shell, but a portal through which consciousness flows, self-aware, yet inseparable from the whole." Imagine the ocean. It moves, shifts, ripples, swells. From its surface, waves rise and fall. Each wave appears distinct. You can point at one and say, "This is that wave." But is it really separate from the ocean? Or is it simply a momentary expression of the ocean's being? So too are you, a wave of the cosmos, a fleeting form through which the whole sings. But we forget. We identify with the wave. We think, "I must survive. I must become. I must find meaning." We fear the moment the wave will fall. But the wave has never been separate from the sea. Even as it rises, it is ocean. Even as it crashes, it returns not to something new, but to what it always was. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. This is reality, hidden by the veil of thought. The mind, in its brilliance, categorizes. It defines borders, draws maps, tells stories of me and mine. But the soul knows no boundaries. The heart, when still, feels this truth, that the breeze passing over your skin is not outside of you, that the light touching your eyes is not foreign, that the breath entering your lungs does not belong to another. The universe is not happening to you, it is happening as you. You are not a being looking at the stars. You are the stars, momentarily looking back at themselves. From childhood, we are taught a name, a story, a set of expectations. We are molded into citizens, into professionals, into characters, in a play already underway. And slowly, we come to believe that this constructed identity, this fragile mask of personality, beliefs, preferences, and history is who we really are. But something deeper knows better. Have you not noticed how each time you sit in silence, away from the noise of roles and duties, there remains something untouched, something silent, yet undeniably alive? This witnessing presence is not concerned with your name, your past, your ambitions, your success or failure. It simply is, and it has always been. Before you were taught to be someone, you simply were. Pure awareness, without reference, without division. Alan Watts challenges us to reconsider this core assumption that we are individual egos crawling across a dead universe. He invites us to drop the narrative and see what remains. Because the truth is radical. There is no observer apart from the observed, no thinker apart from the thought, no soul separated from the source. The universe is not a stage and you a guest. You are the unfolding itself. Every movement, every breath, every heartbeat is the cosmos dancing in form. And when you let go of trying to define it, when you stop chasing meaning as something outside of yourself, you begin to feel it, the infinite, the sacred, not in grand visions or distant heavens, but in this moment, in the sound of your breath, in the flicker of sunlight through the leaves, in the quiet between your thoughts. The mind wants answers. It wants control. But life is not a riddle to be solved. It is a mystery to be lived. And in that living, in that surrender, you come to know, not intellectually, but through direct experience, that you were never alone, that you are not separate, that the you thought you were was never more than a wave forgetting it was ocean. The beauty of this truth is that nothing needs to be added. No journey must be completed. No achievement is required. It is already here. It always has been. The invitation is simple. Look not from the mind, but from the stillness within. And there you will not find a thing. You will find everything. The mind is always dividing. It says, here I am, and there is the world. Here is the self, and there is the other. But this is not how life moves. The tree does not ask where its leaves end and the wind begins. The ocean does not draw lines between wave and current. They exist in relationship, inseparable, intertwined. The illusion of a separate self is not just a philosophical error. It is the root of fear, of loneliness, of the deep, aching sense that something is missing. Because to believe you are separate is to live as though you are exiled from your own source, as though life is happening to you, not as you. But the truth is far more whole, far more generous. There is no you apart from the unfolding of the cosmos, no self isolated from the vast intelligence that births each moment. You are not inside the universe is inside of you. In the same way a dream arises in the space of your awareness. Everything you see, hear, feel, it all appears in the field of consciousness. And you are that field, not a person watching the movie of life, but the screen on which all appears, the light behind the images, the silence in which the music plays. When Alan Watts said, "You are the universe experiencing itself," he was pointing not to a poetic metaphor, but to a profound truth that can only be felt when the chatter of the mind falls silent. This silence is not empty. It is full, alive, luminous, intelligent. In it there is no separation between you and the birdsong, between your hand and the sky it reaches toward. Everything is arising from the same source, not many things, but one energy appearing in countless forms. The drop was never separate from the ocean. It only imagined it was. And in moments of stillness, of true presence, we feel that wholeness again. We remember, not with the mind, but with the heart, with the being. This is not an idea to believe. It is a truth to be lived, to be breathed, to be surrendered to. Let go of trying to understand it. Let go of trying to hold it. Just be still. And in that stillness, you will see. There never was a separate you. Only the dance of the whole, taking one more beautiful, mysterious form. And that form is now. We spend so much of our lives trying to define ourselves through names, identities, ambitions. We draw imaginary borders around who we are and then defend them fiercely. But the deeper truth whispers in moments of quiet. You were never a fixed thing. You were never meant to be contained in a story, a role, a title, or a mask. You are not a fragment in need of completion. You are the totality in motion. The breath you take is not separate from the breath of the stars. The thought arising in your mind has its roots in billions of years of becoming. The sensation of I am, so simple, so immediate, is the doorway to infinity itself. This is not spirituality in the sense of escaping the world. It is intimacy with everything. It is tasting the divine in the ordinary. It is knowing that the sound of rain against the window, the feeling of your own heartbeat, the warmth in another's eyes, none of this is happening to you. It is you. When the false sense of separation dissolves, what remains is not a void, but peace, a peace so deep it has no opposite, a freedom that isn't about choice or control, but about resting in what is. To awaken is not to become someone new. It is to stop pretending to be what you are not. It is the end of becoming and the beginning of being. This is why silence is so sacred, not because it is empty, but because it allows you to hear what was always there, the quiet song of the cosmos, the echo of your true nature. Alan Watts once said, "You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself. You are not in the world, you are the world, and the world is in you." And so, the invitation is simple. Stop, feel, let go. The miracle isn't in some distant future, it's in this breath, this moment, this being, here, now.